So here's a question for you. What is your gardening story? Have you ever really thought about it? Whether you've been gardening for a year or 40, what is your gardening story? That is a topic that we're going to cover in this video. For me, what is my gardening story? And this all came about from the Coast to Coast collaboration crew. We're all putting out our gardening stories, and I think this is a great idea. It's a way to get to know YouTube creators a little bit more, right? A little deeper than just, hey, here's how you plant a tomato, right? So sit back, relax. If you're interested, stay tuned. I'm gonna go over my gardening story with a little bit of a tweak at the end. Story time. Y'all, I can't talk about my gardening story without talking about JoJo right there. Look at that old girl. 15 and a half, y'all. Still going strong. Love her. Okay, my gardening story. Let's see. If you followed this channel for a while, you probably know where I'm going, at least at the beginning of this story. But let's just back up a little bit. I was born in Kentucky. My mom's parents had a huge influence on me. Gardening, nature, fishing, all that. Now my dad's parents, my grandfather was a preacher. They were missionaries and then Southern Baptist preachers. Spent a lot of time in Utah. But so my story is really pretty simple, honestly. I spent a lot of time with my mom's mom, and she taught me a lot: gardening, birds, nature, just those kind of things. And for the gardening aspect, being with her and watching her as a young kiddo just get so excited about growing stuff.
Look at the size of that one. There, sugar. Got a little hair on the bottom. There's two more on here.
Come here, sugar. Oh, I just like it. Good. Yeah.
She's rubbing her head. How about a nice carrot? How many do you want?
Just 5.
5? You want to eat all of them? One by one, you better eat them. That's the little wee one. Look at that pretty flower right there. See that?
I always show this video right here of her just holding up that cucumber. She was so proud of that thing. I remember that day. My mom says I was 5. And believe it or not, I remember that day. I remember it. I remember my grandfather standing over there filming with the new recorder camera that he bought. The ones that are up on your shoulder, because this was the 80s.
Here's my beautiful tomatoes. Well, come down here and look. Dig right in here for my tomatoes. For my cucumber.
She was so excited. And at the end of that video, I've always tried to get it on. I've tried to catch it. But she says, my cup runneth over. My cup runneth over. Something to that effect. Now I have a coffee cup, this one right here, that says, my cup runneth over. Now look how plain this is, right? But that right there takes me back to that day, to my grandmother. And when I saw this, I think I was at a Buc-ee's. I'm not sure. I think it was a Buc-ee's. When I saw it, y'all, I bought it. Didn't think twice about it. Didn't care. This cup is priceless to me because it's linked to a memory of my grandmother and that day in the garden. And I'm just so blessed that my grandfather was recording that day. It's crazy. It's crazy, right? Sorry, I just went down memory lane there. I could always edit this out, but I'm not going to. Okay, so for gardening, she planted the seed in this guy's head way back then. Now, my dad's parents, like I mentioned, were preachers, or he was a preacher. They, I won't say introduced, but were a big part of my life when it comes to the Bible and religion. Now, my mom always took us to church. My mom's mom that you just met, I'd always go to church with her also. But my dad's parents being preachers, or my dad's dad, my grandfather being a preacher, I don't know. I guess it just had a little bit of a difference to me in regards to him really being a man of the God, man of the Lord. And now as I'm getting older, I wish I could talk to him. There's so many questions I would love his feedback on. But I'm looking at religion, the Bible, my personal beliefs, more in depth now. And that's why I started the garden series, the Bible, the soil and the Scripture, the Bible Talk, the Bible Garden Talk series, to kind of go down the road of, hey, there are so many examples of gardening being godly, a godly endeavor in the Bible. I mean, it's everywhere. John 15:1. I always say this one because it's just stuck in my head. I love it. John 15:1. Jesus is saying, my Father is the gardener. In other words, God is the ultimate gardener. He created the entire world. So it just blows my mind that being a gardener is such a biblical thing that it endeared me even more to this journey, this amazing journey of gardening, of planting something, letting it grow, harvesting it, taking the plant out when its life cycle is over, and then planting again. I mean, the continuous journey of gardening and the continuous cycle of gardening is just, it's amazing, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. It's amazing. And next year, with the hashtag Single Seed Challenge 2026 coming, we're gonna take that and run with it. It's gonna be fun. So, but let's get back to this. My journey in gardening. Okay, so I think we all, as a gardener, have a place in our garden, in our backyards, or our legit like gardens that are kind of like our favorite places, right? Where I was just sitting is one of my favorite places to sit in the garden. It's just a way to see the garden and to be surrounded by it. In here, even though, it's November, y'all, things are dying. Even though I have all of this going on, it's part of it. It's part of it. But being in here this year, this loofah cage, I guess, this loofah tunnel, it's just been one of those places that has brought me peace. I've actually stood in here in the evenings just listening. Just listening. Not trying to listen to the cars that are, on the other side of that house and that street, but just listening to nature. And honestly, listening to Him guide and direct me. I think if you don't have a place in your garden that is your place, your Zen place, your whatever, name it whatever you like. You need to find one. You need to find one. Now, what does this have to do with a gardening journey, right? Am I going down a rabbit hole? No, because this is part of the journey. Finding your peace. Finding you in the garden. Does that make sense? We can go out and we can plant, right? And we can grow and we can make videos and we can post pictures and we can tell our friends and family, look at the size of this tomato. Bet you wish you could grow one like this, huh? And you kind of rubbing it in. We could all do that. But what am I talking about? Finding your place in the garden. Your journey in gardening, let me back up. I would venture to say that your journey in gardening has to do with family, right? Has to do with something as a young kiddo or something throughout your life that's drawn you to gardening. Now, it could also be a way of dealing with PTSD and stress and all that. Trust me, I get it. It's another reason to come out here and garden, but that's a whole different thing. Finding your place in your garden is part of the journey, because once you find that place, that when you sit down, it's almost like the world is lifted off your shoulders and you can just sit there and relax and just be. That is priceless. And that is what I hope and pray that everyone watching this video truly gets and takes away from. If you don't already have that place, y'all, find it. I'm telling you, it will add a different dimension to you being in the garden. I promise. This has been one of them. Even with all the mosquitoes that were in here in the summertime, I would still stand in here, not for a long time, but for a little bit, and just enjoy everything. Or sitting over there where I just was. Those are my two favorite places. For different reasons. This one I kind of feel enclosed and more comfortable in here. Over there, I just like being able to see the garden. That vantage point. You can see almost all of the garden from that part. So that is my journey so far. Now, well, it's not really so far. What got me in? So my journey to gardening from then to now, let's talk about. Okay, so for this part, I'm going to walk around just a little bit. One, to stretch the legs. Two, it's a little chilly this morning, so sitting over there, kind of want to walk around. My gardening journey now. So from 2000, late 2000 to now, my gardening journey has been literally that. It has been a journey. I started off wanting to grow something. That seed that my grandmother planted so long ago had started to kind of sprout. So I created this right here, this bed, all the way from down there where I was sitting, all along this fence line to over there. Brought in all these rocks, stacked every single one of them myself, brought in all the dirt and the compost, and created this bed. Then I started watching some YouTube channels to learn more about gardening. Scott Head's channel, Black Gumbo Southern Gardening, popped up. So then I was like, man, I like his beds. Well, he makes beds like those, with the cinder blocks. So the first one that I made was where I was just standing. Over there under that loofah tunnel, that bed was the first extension from this fence line bed. Then I made the bed I just showed, which is the indeterminate tomato bed. Then I put that one in right there. And then all of that over there. So the journey has been truly that, a journey for gardening for me. Started slow. It's been 5 years now, and I'm pretty much done with pretty much everything I can do in this backyard to a point. My YouTube gardening journey started because of Scott Head, Black Gumbo Southern Gardening, and his single seed challenge. And that is literally what got me started on YouTube. My voice cracked. On YouTube. I was like, I think I can do this. I did it. I got hooked. And being part of the gardening community on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook has been truly a blessing in my life. YouTube, more so than all the other three, mainly and just simply because of the interaction with you and all the people that I have met and friendships that have been formed because of YouTube. YouTube is a phenomenal channel, platform, whatever you want to call it. Phenomenal. It's changed my life. Scott Head's single seed challenge literally changed the direction of my life. And it's all because of gardening, right? So, from little to now, that is my gardening story. Again, if you've watched this channel for a long time, you definitely have probably already heard most of this. Now, the journey doesn't just end, right? It continues. So let's talk a little bit about legacy. You doing? So you just can't not be right next to me, huh? Okay. Figured we'd end where we started, in my spot. Now, I didn't show it earlier, but let me go ahead and show you why I love this area. So from my vantage point, I can see straight down that way, around, and all the way down there, right? Now, I can't see that one area over on the other side. That's all right. I can see about 80% of the garden from right here, and it just brings me joy. I love sitting here. Usually in the summertime, there are bees just everywhere, so I can sit here, watch all the pollinators, all the bees, and just get a different perspective on the garden, which is important. If you've never, here's a tip. If you've never actually crouched down in your garden and looked at plants that you're used to looking at when you're walking around, do that. I'm telling you, you'll see a different world. Trust me. Okay, legacy. What am I talking about? Well, my buddy Doug, the crock gardener, has been mentioning legacy over the last, I think, couple weeks in regards to saving seeds and saving the legacy of those seeds and everything like that. And I love that. Love that idea. And I've been doing it for a long time, just never thought of it in that way. But that word has been resonating up here. And for me, I'm kind of looking at legacy in a little different light. If you're talking about a gardening journey, right? You have your past, you have your present, which I've gone over. Well, what's the future, right? Well, the future, the future would be a legacy. Now, how many of y'all have found videotapes of grandparents, aunts, uncles, parents, all those, brothers, sisters, everybody, and get them digitized, and that way you can save them, and like I did with the video showing my grandmother holding up that cucumber, right? Well, one thing that my kids, grandkids, will not have to do is that. They will be able to get on this channel and see their dad, their grandfather, and who he was, what he believed in, what he found important. All my quirks and goofiness and, the things that make you, you. So that's one legacy that I'm leaving behind slow down, dude. That's one legacy that will be left behind when I pass on. Another legacy, though, is with your kids, your family, right? Your friends. A legacy of showing the people that matter to you what is important to you and why you found such a desire to be in the garden growing things. The joy that it brings you, the stress relief, the therapy that a garden can bring to a person who needs it is truly a legacy. And if nothing else, maybe, hopefully, you are planting those seeds for down the road, for when your kiddos or your grandkids get older. They're like, you know what, I kind of want to take up gardening. Look at what dad did or grandpa did or grandma or mom or auntie, or you know what I mean. That is a legacy that can go on forever, through generations. And through YouTube, my family will be able to then see me down the road and why I found gardening so important. The fact that I was that I felt compelled and to share my faith with everyone here on YouTube, rolling those dice, so to speak, and stepping out and just being me, right? They can see who this dude is behind that you're watching. This goofy jarhead who loves to be in the garden and teaching and sharing and uplifting, encouraging, supporting other gardeners who are on this journey, because that's what it's about, right? What good is knowing everything about something and never sharing it? That makes no sense to me. And that's why I love this community. If you're watching this video at this point of the video, you know what I'm talking about. The gardening community here on YouTube is second to none, y'all. Now, there's always going to be those outliers, the people that just want to troll stuff, but I have not come across very many that talk down about anything about gardening or about this method or that method or whatever here on YouTube. Now, Facebook and TikTok, whole different story. But YouTube, I mean, y'all, YouTube is where it's at. Especially if you want to be encouraged and lifted up. And if you're a beginner gardener or you know someone who has told you, okay, 2026, I want to start a garden, show them this video. Maybe just skip to this point of the video and let them hear all of this, because that's what it's truly about. It's legacy. It's helping each other. And it just dawned on me, legacy could also be how you influence others that aren't your family, that you've been able to help achieve a goal of theirs or give insight into something, right? I think that is what we should all be striving to do in this world, is leaving a lasting memory, a lasting legacy of who you are, who you were, so to speak. And I'm all about lifting people up, encouraging, supporting. I've helped many people that I do not know through YouTube and the other channels that I mentioned, because it's the right thing to do. And honestly, it gives me joy to help people. So let's get off my soapbox. That's my gardening journey. I hope it was educational in some way, form. Maybe someone watching this video has been on the fence about starting a channel. Y'all, go for it. DM me. I will give any kind of advice that I can possibly give and help anyone that I can help. Because there's people watching this video right now that are also part of the Coast to Coast collaboration that I helped when they started. And there's a guy on the Coast to Coast collaboration videos that helped me when I started. So it's all about passing things down, right? Passing it forward. And to me, that's what it's all about. Just helping one another, being kind, being there for each other. I don't know. That's my journey. Okay, so that is the journey of Chad, the gardener. I didn't cover, and I focused strictly on the gardening. I didn't cover, life journey. I just covered the gardening journey. Hopefully y'all got something out of this video. I truly, truly, truly hope so. I've enjoyed watching all the other friends of mine and their gardening journey videos. If you decide to want to post your own gardening journey videos, we are doing a thing where in the title of your video, in the title, not in the description, it's got to be in the title, type in hashtag my gardening journey. I'm going to put it up right here on the screen. Type that in, and then all of us can see each other's gardening journeys. And I would love for this to be open to everybody. Even if it's your only video, the only video that you post, do it. It's a legacy thing. Your friends and family and kiddos and grandkids and all that will be able to see it. So do it. Do it. Do it for you and do it for them. All right, everyone, I think I've taken up enough of everybody's time with me rambling about my journey. On a serious note, everyone take care. May God continue to truly bless each and every one of you. And I'll talk to y'all again real soon.